That's right, the S3 is back. We are doing some serious prep work and we've had to make a couple of changes. Stay tuned. Yes, that's it. The S3 is finally having some work done again. Now, if you remember way back when we done that last episode, we covered the big 3 upgrade, battery upgrade, and the most important thing, the alternator upgrade. Now, we had to do that first. That's the most important part of the system. We're gonna be running some serious power in this car, and that factory alternator would not have been able to keep up. So, sound deadening, something I always talk about, always bang on about. Sound deadening is something we're gonna be doing today. It's something that's so important for a car like this. It's gonna be having some serious bass and audio running through it, and we don't want the car to be rattling. We want to try and keep everything inside the car. So to show you the kind of difference that the sound deadening is going to make on this particular car, I'll show you what it sounds like beforehand. So come, listen. As you can probably hear, there's a lot of vibration. Now, when you're sending a lot of audio through the car, it's always going to want to resonate that panel. So the sound deadening is going to reduce a lot of that. We're doing full sound deadening today. We are also going to be doing some cable runs. And if you stay tuned to the end of the episode, we're going to be talking about a few changes we're going to be making because we may not be going for Orion sub anymore. So let's get it in the workshop, strip the car down and start cracking on with the sound deadening.
I ain't getting no rest.
Okay, so sound deadening we'll be using is skins. Now, this stuff is not light. It comes in a big bulk pack like this if you buy it in the bulk pack. So it's 27 sheets of 2mm each. So we are actually running a promotional offer on these. So these are normally about 100 quid for the full pack. This at the moment at the time of filming is 70 quid. So very good value. You can cover a lot of surface area with this. And just to show you what the sheets actually look like, this is one sheet. Well, there's actually a little bit cut off of this, but essentially this is one sheet. You peel the backing off, stick it to your metal surface. Obviously you do need to prep the area, make sure you wipe it down with some alcohol, just so that it sticks properly, and then you roll it on. So this is what we'll be using. I think now it's time to crack on. So we've got some trim removal tools. We've got a big fat one to do the actual door card, little tiny one to do the little trims that come off the door, and then we've got some Torx screwdrivers to actually detach the door from the skin, and then we're cooking on gas. So on the back of this door card you do have some factory sound deadening, as it were. It's just like some foamy crap. It does work to a point, but what we'll do is, because obviously we're going to be cutting up the doors to put the doors speakers in, we will be adding sound deadening to the back of the door because all this plastic will resonate as well. So sound deadening is not just for metal, you can use it on plastic, it does work just as well. Okay, so this is the original Blayde speaker. You've got like a rubber gasket that sits against the door card. You do have some sort of rain guard. You can actually probably see where I've just washed the car, it is actually wet on the back here. So it goes to show you do get quite a lot of water ingress, even in a German car like this. So it's going to be important that we seal everything off, we prep the area properly because it's going to be quite dirty in there. So I think it's time to get some isopropyl alcohol, spray it all down, wipe it down, and then we can start applying the sound deadening. All the prep work is done, it's all panel wiped, so it's completely clean and oil-free basically. So essentially all you need now is the sound deadening itself, a good Stanley knife and some rollers. A roller will do fine. So now I'm going to concentrate on the outer skin, the most difficult and awkward part. Because there's only this kind of window to get into, I'm going to have to cut it into small strips and kind of just work out where I can get it. And then we'll do the inner skin and then we'll be done. So let's start doing it. door card is essentially ready to go on. Inner skin is done. I've done a little bit of sound editing on the door card itself. I'm not going to town with it because this is probably going to end up being cut out when we do all the speakers. So a bit of sound editing up the top here, just some patchwork for the leftover sound editing that we had. Now, time for the door card to go back on. Right, let's get the sound editing on the boot floor done. Right, so it's day 2 and today is the fun day of cable running. So I've already started before the camera guys got here. So just in the process of dropping the glove box, got the bonnet open, got my cable ready. So I'm going to drop the glove box down so then I can poke my wire through, catch it on the other end and then pull my 0 gauge cable through the grommet. So yeah. Let me crack on. I found what may be an option to go through grommet wires, but it looks very low. So I'm going to grab our wire, long wires basically, that can shove through the hole. Hopefully I can find it at the other end. Wish me luck. All right, push. It. All right, the wire is through. Pretty good, that. Okay, so in the process of just putting the front end back together, so because I've had this intake in here, the heat shield, piping and everything out to come out, so putting this back together, the cable's now run through the bulkhead. That's all coiled up down the side there. Once this is done, I can then start stripping the interior, run the cable all the way to the boot, and then coil it up in the boot ready for the amp to go in. Sorry, the battery to go in. So yeah, nearly there. All right. Now the fun bit. We started at probably 10:30. Maybe 11, it's now 3 o'clock. Like I said, I'm no technician. I don't do this every day. Anyway, no more excuses, let's get this done. This is our RCA. So as I've snake skinned everything, thought I'd go with the power base RCAs. These are snake skins, it looks nice and high quality. And they are good quality as well, to be fair. So these are 2 RCAs in one line essentially, so I don't need to run 2 separate RCA cables, it's one to run, so it's nice and easy. So I'm going to use one as our fronts and one as sub, because we're only going to be amplifying the front stage. That's all we need there. And then the sub RCA will go to my 6-channel amplifier because it's a DSP amp, and then out of there into my mono amp. That's the idea anyway. So, because this is a Bose system, for the time being I'm not going to be connecting the RCAs. I'll connect the sub one up, but the fronts I don't need to connect, otherwise I won't have any sound out the front. I'm just going to run that cable just so it's there, ready to go. It's nice and easy to pull these head units out. So, yeah, let's crack on. RCA's been run, remote cable's been run with the RCA. So that's all ready to go. I'm hoping I can get the new amp in place of the old Bose amp, but we will see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Still yet to show you guys the equipment, so we'll get to that later in this video. But for now, we can put this car back together, and then we'll show you exactly what we're putting in. What a day. That's all finally done. It's now day 3 of completing the sound deadening and the cable runs. I tell you what, I had a good sleep last night. That was knackering, but it's all done now. Sound deadening is all done. Now, that on its own took the whole day to strip out the car, do all the sound deadening, the front and rear doors, and the boot lid and the rear quarters and all of that stuff. But now that that's done, there's a big difference in how it sounds. Obviously before, it sounded kind of like this. Now, it sounds like this. All the way to the bottom, rears, solid. So, big difference there. Now, cable runs was a bit of a pig as well. Obviously, it has to come from the front all the way to the back. Now, because we've got the intake in there already, that had to come out, battery had to come out, battery tray had to come out to get through the grommet. Obviously, it's quite a big, thick cable as well. So that had to be pulled through and then run all the way down the channels, all the way up over the rear arch and into the boot. Now, it's more the exciting bit now. We get to talk about what actual equipment we're putting in, because I don't think at any point I've actually shown you what we're fitting. And if you remember from the beginning of the episode, there's going to be a bit of a change in terms of the sub. So if you come with me, I'll show you. There it is. So we have changed the plans a little bit. We've gone with the brand new Vibe Black Death 15-inch sub, and pairing that with the new Black Death 5K amplifier. So the main reasoning behind changing from Orion to Vibe is a few things. I mean, the main one being it's a bit more of a local brand. It's British, and it's a very big brand in this country, and we haven't actually had a demo car with Vibe in it, at least for when I can remember. So I thought I'd bring it in. Now, the other thing is this is a lot more cost effective, but whilst being actually better power handling. Now, the Orion is 2.5K RMS. This is 5K RMS, so double the power handling actually. Now, this is also a brand new version of their Black Death. As you can probably see if I can tilt it forward, because it's very heavy. Got the carbon fiber cone, a very big rubber surround. So this thing is gonna flex like mad. Now, I'm not gonna pick it up and show you because this thing is like 40 kg, but the amplifier is still pretty heavy, but I'll show you. It's quite a beast. So this is their big 5K amplifier. As you can see, this is quite a hefty amplifier. I mean, it's almost the width of the whole boot, but we're gonna have this on display somehow. I'm thinking possibly opening up the back and showing it in the box, something like that. But I mean, just look at it. I mean, it takes 2 0 gauge power inputs, 2 0 gauge earth inputs, and a remote input that side. And it takes like an 8 gauge speaker cable to go to the sub itself. And then you've got inputs and outputs, and bass controller comes with it and everything like that. So quite a powerhouse. Now, with the speakers, we've kept with the plans of going with audio control. So this is their 6.5 inch component set. So essentially it comes like this. Now, main reasons behind using these is, one, they look the nuts. I mean, look at them. You've got this nice kind of clear cone in the middle, that dust cap style. You've got the painted basket. 2, they're nice and shallow. And 3, they are extremely powerful and very, very high power handling. So this is what we want. We're going to be running 3 sets of these components in the front doors. As I said, nice and shallow, but very wide magnet on these. So these are going to handle plenty of power to them. Tweeters are nice and large. Soft domes is going to be nice and clear. And I'm going to run these into the pillars. They do come with nice small crossovers as well. I'll show you those. So these are the crossovers that come with each pair of speakers. So you've got 2 crossovers per component set, if you know what I mean. One for the woofer, one for the tweeter. And then the other bit that I'm pretty excited about is this, the Audio Control D6.1200. This is their 6-channel amplifier with a built-in DSP. Now, we're very familiar with the likes of Audison Forza, which we use very, very often, amplifiers with built-in DSPs. So I thought I'd give this a go. Now, main thing with this is 6 channels, so I can run the front end independently running off this amplifier. It's got that built-in DSP, and I can also give a DSP tune out to my monoblock amplifier to run the sub. So kind of does everything I want. So quite excited for this. This is nice and small, but again, a powerhouse. I think it's about 125 watts RMS by 6. But because these speakers are actually 3 ohm, you're going to get a bit more than that. So I think it'll be around the 150 mark per set of speakers. So it's going to be plenty loud. Okay, so all of these products are live and available on our website. So if you do want a bit more information and a whole spec list, because I'm not going to blurt it all out on video because we'll be here forever, all on our website. Links will be in the description for all these products. But now I think it's time to talk about what we're going to do in the next episode. The next episode is going to be the big one, I think. We're going to start basically fitting everything. All the prep work has now been done, so it's just going to be a case of getting the batteries in, so finding a home for them and getting them in. Getting the amplifiers in, so that 6-channel audio control amp and the monoblock amp. Again, finding homes for them, getting them in. Start building the doors. We've got spare door cards ready to be cut up, so they're in the workshop at the moment. We're going to kind of work out how they're going to go. So they're going to start getting built, and then we're going to start building that box. So it's going to be a bit of a task trying to get that into the boot, but we'll see what happens. Now, if you guys have enjoyed this series so far, I know there's been quite a big jump between episodes and stuff like that. So if you are still watching, thank you for sticking around. But drop any comments in the comment section. Do you think I'm doing the right thing here? Do you think it was a good idea changing from Orion to Vibe? I know there's going to be a little bit of a battle in the comments about that. Have any of you guys run the new Vibe Black Death subs? What do you think? What about the audio control speakers and amplifiers? What do you think? So leave some comments in. I will go through and read them, and I will reply. So stick around for the next episode. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I've looked at the specs on this box. It's going to be massive and it's going to be very heavy. So it's going to be an interesting task trying to get it in the boot with just these muscles. They're f***ing terrible.